All right, thank you, Olivia, and welcome everyone to another Business Booster call on a Tuesday night with a rather different focus and flavour tonight, as we tried to look at how we could bring you the latest information on these wonderful new opportunities where we're opening in new markets. So tonight is slightly different because it's all a video recording that actually, I'm going to say that Olivia spent a lot of time putting together and adding a few elements that we thought would be value add to bring you as much information as we could tonight. And I really am going to ask you, as you probably have questions, then please capture them in the chat tonight. Not that I've probably got the expertise in this particular area to answer the questions, but we'll take them away and we'll do a Q&A sheet and make sure that every one of those queries that you've raised we'll address and get back to you on. Okay, so let's kick off for an exciting, unusual Business Booster call tonight. I'm going to actually ask you this amazing question, most important question: who do you know? Because that's going to be key to your takeaway and how you take tonight's information and take it into your business platform and give you even more success. So, you know, as you're watching this, ask yourself, who do you know? And write that information down as you think of it, as it comes to mind, so that you don't miss one opportunity as we share some amazing information with you. So, as I say, it is a recording. We're going to sit back and watch it together, and then I'll come back to you at the end of the recording. So thank you, Liv. Let's get it underway tonight.
Now, I just want to ask you a question. Who do you know in Greece, in France, in Belgium, Luxembourg, Italy, or Poland? Who do you know? Because tonight it's really important because we are live. The system is up and running, and you can start popping in all your hundreds and thousands of applications. They are ready and waiting. Next up, we have our CEO and president, Mr. Al Bala.
So the good news is we are live. We are live today. We're now officially, Manatech is officially now in 32 countries. So folks, that's something to be excited. So if you are excited, put a 1 in the chat. Let's get some applause going. Thank you for being on. Thank you for all your work. And now is that moment of truth. This is the moment now we've been waiting for. As your CEO, I just want to say I am excited about this for you as we are for ourselves. You know, if I think about 41 years ago when I got the phone call where I got to come to a meeting and I got to learn about this amazing industry, right? 1980, November 1980. There was one thing I caught from the presentation beyond anything else, because I did not understand the plan. I didn't understand the compensation plan. I didn't even realize I had to go sell something, that there was products or this or that. But I caught one dream. And that dream was that I could travel the world visiting my businesses. So 41 years ago, I caught that dream. I visualized that dream. I verbalized that dream. I vitalized that dream because eventually, 11 years later, I was traveling the world, visiting my businesses. I haven't stopped since then. I have traveled over 108 countries. Now I've done this, worked in this industry in over 60 countries around the world. And that all came from a dream. So today, give yourself the permission to dream big, to dream globally. We say, dream globally, act locally. Obviously, take care of your business right around your house, literally. But today, better than 41 years ago, you have an opportunity. You have the technology. You have the platform to do a business around the world globally, from your house, wherever you live, from the beach, from wherever you are coming. Distance and location and geography is no longer an issue for us to build a global business. And today I was able to say, you know what, we are opening 6 countries, and all I need is a phone. All I need is to get online and to join you guys, and having people from all over the world in this meeting that we're having right now virtually. What a blessing, and what an opportunity that you have that I didn't have 41 years ago. And folks, what a time at the beginnings of 2022. And I really believe 2022 will be the year of harvesting. 2022 will be the year of seeing things manifest in ways that we haven't seen in many, many, many years. We all have this need today for health and wellness and being able to take care of us and our family. So that's one. The ability to work from home, the ability to run a global business from your phone in your home, folks, that is amazing. And 3, to know that millions of people are looking for additional income through sideline activities. They call it the hustle economy, the gig economy. And folks, we have it all. We have this amazing business in a box where for less than a few $100s, you have the ability to be in business for yourself, and to have a company that's been around for 30 years, Manatech, publicly traded company, been around for 30 years. We've done over $5 billion in business, now in 32 countries. We take care of research and development. We take care of supply chain. We take care of deliveries, logistics. We take care of legal, regulatory, payment system. Everything is taken care of so that you can do what you do, which is take advantage of something they call today the relationship economy, how to leverage relationships and influence to build a home-based business from the comfort of your home, wherever that is. Folks, this is a moment in history, not just for Manatech. It's a moment in history for our industry, the direct sales industry, which is a $200 billion industry. All right. It's a moment of convergence for us like we have never seen before. You know, I've always been excited about our industry. I've always been excited about the opportunity, but I couldn't be more excited than I am right now. So folks, thank you for being part of this journey with us. Can't wait to see what happens in the next few days. And we're looking forward to the most amazing, most incredible 2022. So I pass it back on to you, Ian. Thank you so much, guys, for all that you do. And Ian, take it away.
Okay, thank you, Al. Next up, who's going to help us show us how to program your applications in and go through the program with you all. I call her the Oracle, because what she doesn't know is not worth knowing. If I need something, I know where to go for it. And 99% of the time, she knows. Catherine, take it away.
Thank you very much, Ian. Thank you. And powerful message from Al. Thank you very much, Al, for joining us. So I'll show you, first of all, what will happen is if you send somebody a link and somebody comes in through the site and they're brand new, they're not logged in. So exactly what they have to do to sign up with Manatech. So, okay, here we go. So as you can see now, very exciting. All the new countries are there. So just so you know, we're still finishing some bits of translations. So everything is live, but we're sort of tidying it all up. So as you can see here, the new countries are all in English, but these country names will be translated into the correct names. So as I understand a little bit French, I'm going to use French as the example. Okay, so we choose France. And as you can see, the headings are all in French. Now these banners, these are in English because these were created before the launch. So as I say, bear with us, everything will slowly be updated. The country phone number for customer services will always be here in the top left-hand side. So this is the setup of the pages is exactly the same as your country, whether you're in Sweden or Canada or South Africa. The home page, you have the login button, you have the country option button, the language button. So that's all the same. So what I'm going to show you, first of all, is some of the product pages. As I say, if any of you that speak French spot anything, then, you know, please do let us know. But we are in the middle of checking everything. As I say, we've literally just gone live, which is fantastic that we're live before the call. So as I've mentioned on previous calls, the products that you see here are exactly the same as the rest of Europe, and the pricing is Dutch pricing. But you'll see when we come to checkout in the shop that there's a shipping price per country. So if you have a new person wanting to sign up, so say for example they'd like to choose, I don't know, Ambrato's Life. So add to the basket or add to the shop. I'm sorry, I don't remember the direct translation, but put it in the cart. I think that's the word, put it in the cart. And as with the other sites, you can see here, it shows how many M5M servings. And again, all these will be translated as we go through and check the site. Now, if somebody wants to become an associate, they have to choose the Build a Business package. So that's at the bottom of the page, as you can see here, Build a Business. If they don't choose that, they will go through the process and sign up as a customer. So that's worth bearing in mind. So again, this here, 20 euros in Europe, 20 euros to join as an associate. And that gives you access to the Manatech Plus app, 3 months free success tracker, and then you'll get a welcome email that tells you exactly what to do as the next steps. So for this purpose, we'll choose add to the basket, add to the cart, and this person can become an associate. So once you've added everything into the cart that you like, you can see the ongoing total, you can continue shopping, or you can go and look at the cart and see what you have. So here, again, this is the same, exactly the same as the rest of Europe. It will show you the product that you have with the price, and you want to build a business. So you choose the associate price, which is 20 euro, and then you have the total. Now here, again, it will give you a summary of how many M5M servings. And also here, you can choose to have a monthly subscription automatic order. So there you go. It explains to you, this is obviously in French, but just in case you don't speak French, this does explain. If you want an automatic order, monthly subscription, you turn this to on, and then this person will be on a monthly subscription. Okay, and it will give you your total. Now in Europe, you have to be over 18 to sign up. So it will also talk about that in the steps of what you click. So here, you're accepting the terms and conditions to become an associate, and then you can check out. And again, all these translations, we'll review all of this and add any missing translations as we go. Okay, so we have a single page checkout here, as we do if the other countries in Europe. So just for the purposes of this, I'll add some test information. So bear with me, I'll just make up some data to put in here just to show you how it goes through the next steps. So as you can see, it automatically defaults to France here, because that's the country that you chose at the start. Now I have a test address here, I'll just add. Okay, so I'll put that in there. And then you add the city. Now, of course, the new person signing up will be speaking French, so hopefully this will be all making sense to them. Let's see. As I say, my French is limited, so doing this as possible. Just adding some test data in there. Make up an email address just to show you this. Okay, just want to see so you can see as many of the steps as possible. Now this is just a VAT number. This isn't a mandatory field. This is in case somebody is VAT registered. Now here you can see this means preferred language. So you can choose French or you can also choose English. So for the purposes of this, we'll leave this as French. Now here it also asks you to choose your password. So we'll just make up a password. This means once you've completed the registration, you'll automatically be set up with the back office. And it will also give you a security question. So this is what's your mother's maiden name? So again, you would just put in there mother's maiden name as another additional verification. And also tick to say over 18. Okay, and then you'd go on to the next step, which would be the shipping. Now, if the address that you enter isn't a completely recognised one, it will bring that up for validation. It'll also bring up all the data that you've entered, so you can read through and double check that it's correct, and then you enter an online signature. For this purpose, it's the test. And in Europe, you have to also accept the terms and conditions. That's part of the European online sign-up regulations that we have. So once you've ticked all of those, you submit that. And then the next step is asking if you were referred to Manatech by somebody. So this is where the person that you've entered would enter your name or account number. Now, of course, if you've shared the page via your Manatech personal web page, your PMW, this will automatically be allocated to you. So this step wouldn't come up. So, but I'm just showing you that this is if somebody just went on and found Manatech and entered it. This is where they are asked, how did you hear about Manatech? Excuse me. And here it's just a test account. So just to, again, just show you the example. And there's only one shipping method. Sorry, I skipped past that. There's one shipping method for France, and that's shipped with DPD from our warehouse in the Netherlands. Now, with payment methods, you can have PayPal if it's a web one-time order, or you can have a credit card, or you can have wire. Now, wire is where you have to manually transfer the money to our bank account. Once you've chosen this method, if at a later date you want to set up a direct debit, then there's a form in the library that customer service can also help you with, that if you enter and return it to us, then the payment is taken automatically from the bank account. So I won't get into that in too much detail now, but please contact EUNFR@manatech.com if you need more information on the payment methods. Now, I don't have card details to enter in here, but this is just to show you where the payment methods are added. And again, you have to type your name in to say that you're happy to have automatic order payment. And then the final page is just to show you the summary of the order and to accept the terms and conditions. And you can see over here on the right hand side, the shipping is €12.50. So that's the cost of the DPD track and trace shipping to France. Now, as I mentioned before, each country has different shipping, so that will change dependent on the country where you ship. Okay, once that's submitted, then the person will get an email with their account number on. They then get another email, and this is in French. They then get another email to say their order has been processed. And then when it ships, they'll also get another email in French. So this is, everything has been, and again, this is all live on day one. So if there's a couple of teething issues, you know, please bear with us. But this is the initial phases. Now, I'll just show you a very quick page as well as to if you want to sign somebody up from your back office. Okay, we'll start a new screen share. Okay, I'm sorry, I hope I'm not going through this too quickly for you, but let's see. Okay, so now say you're in the UK, for example, and this would be exactly the same steps. If you're in America, if you're in Canada, if you're in any other country, you would sign into your back office. Okay, and again, this is just a test account. If you want to enroll a customer or an associate, and again, I believe this is the same in the other countries outside of Europe, you choose enrollment. And if you want to enroll a customer, now this is important, this is where you choose. So here you can see you choose the country where you want to enroll the new person. So again, you have France, you have Greece, you have Italy. So say we want to choose Italy in this example, and then you choose, do you want a one-time order with a product purchase? Would you like an automatic order? So for this purpose, we can choose automatic order. Again, to confirm, over 18 years of age. And to go to the next step. So while my website just refreshes. And again, all the products here are shown with the Dutch pricing, which is also the same for the new country pricing. So this is all exactly the same. So you would add whichever one that you wanted to the cart, and then you would continue, and it's the same as the steps that I showed you in the previous checkout. So this shows that it's a preferred customer, the products they've chosen. And again, there's no associate fee there because we've left them as a customer. So to continue with the registration then takes you to the same page. And as you can see, where it asks the information. Now, this is all in English because you've logged in through your English back office. So I hope that makes sense. As I say, I know this is quite a quick training, but if you need any more help with this or any screenshots or any assistance, please email eunfr@manatech.com. Now, all the price lists, and if anybody needs an electronic copy, paper copy of the form, that's also in the library. Any information you need is in the library. But again, please, if you need any help or you see any language corrections or anything that doesn't look quite right in these first few days, please email eunfr@manatech.com. And again, thank you all for joining us. Thanks to all the speakers, and hooray, we're live. Back to you. Thank you, Ian.
All right, thank you so much, Catherine. You know, that was absolutely excellent.
Hi, and welcome to 2022. My name's James Hannon. If you're a little bit like me, you're already starting to dream. And if you're not, then I hope you do very soon. You see, what is it that's down deep inside of you that's waiting to come out? I know that when I come into a new year, there's something that always happens. And it is that I go into my own little dreamland. I go to this place where I start to see and believe and think and hope for a future that's bigger and better than what it is today. Now, I've been so blessed because of Manatech. I've been so blessed to live a life that most people would only dream of, to be able to travel the world, you know, buy incredible things, be able to impact people's lives and to help others do exactly the same thing. However, every year at this time, I end up going to that one place of dreaming, that dreamland that allows me to go, you know, what if? And what about that for you? What if? You know, when you think about your future, do you go, what if? You know, we're moving into this opportunity now to launch new countries. And let me tell you what that means for you. Most people in this business struggle. They struggle with the ability to get leads. They struggle because they're not sure what to say. They're not sure that they're good enough. They're not sure whether, you know, that the person's going to want to do the work. They're not sure whether or not they should step out and ask a person if they're interested. And what that means is that they're going, I'm not sure if they're going to believe like I do. They're not sure if they're going to put in the work like I do. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to handle the rejection because I'm not sure that I do. But I want you to know something. Those people are entering into 2022 just like you. They're entering into 2022 hoping and looking and believing that there will be something, one thing that could be their great break, their biggest break. They're looking for that one thing that could totally transform their future, just like Manatech has done for me. They're looking for something and hoping that someone will come along and help them to open a door, to give a little bit of light into a very dark place. Because let's face it, the last 2 years have been quote unquote interesting, right? You see, Manatech made a decision that they're going to tell the world and show the world that we're ready to take it on. That they're going to be a beacon of light out there, but just a beacon of light, a beacon of hope. They're going to bring people in. The choice that we get to make as associates, the choice that you get to make as an associate is how many of those people are going to come into your team. You see, as we launch a new country, let me tell you what happens. After being involved of launching, I think 5 or 6 countries and developing very large teams in all of those countries as we launch, I can tell you with some certainty that there will be some very big winners. The choice you get to make is, will it be you? Let me tell you a couple of little stories, and I hope that this will encourage you to not be the person that is timid in a time of opportunity, to not be the person that allows their fear to hold them back, but to be the person that you know deep down inside that if you unleashed yourself, that if you allowed yourself to fully embrace the strength and the power that you have inside of you, that you would accomplish great things. You see, I remember, and I'm fully thankful to the man that got me started, Rod Gilchrist. You know, he believed in me when nobody else would. He showed me that with a cheeky little smile and a sparkle in his eye, that he could go out and transform the world. And he showed me how to do exactly the same thing. He called me into his office one day and said, James, we're about to launch New Zealand. Do you want to be a part of it? And I said, sure. I have no idea what that means, but I'm going to give it a go. You know, I'm 26, 27 years old at that time. And he goes, we're going to launch. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to grab a list of people. We're going to make a list of names. We're going to get in contact with all of those names. And we're just going to ask a very simple question. Who do you know? You see, when we asked that question, when you ask this question, who do you know? Who do you know that lives in the country that we're about to launch? People ask, or they may respond with either one of two answers. They go, I don't know anyone, but why? Or I know some people, but why? So now what starts to happen is a whole different paradigm shift starts to take place. And when a person says, hey, do you know anybody in? And then they say no, but why? Or yes, but why? Then you just answer really simply, oh, because we're about to launch in New Zealand and I'm looking for key people to work with. So the next part of that process is, well, they want to know more as well. But what happens, one thing to understand here, the thing that I want you to understand here is that nobody wants to join anything that's dull and boring. Nobody wants to get started with anything that doesn't have any excitement or that doesn't have a clear picture of a future that wants to be created. I love the saying that entrepreneurs see the future and bring it into the present. And that's what we're going to do. You see, when you start to talk about the possibility of what can happen, all of a sudden you allow the person to see the future that they have for themselves. They get drawn into a story that's been playing in their mind and in their heart for a long time. You're just the hope bringer. You're the person that is making a way for that story to become reality. You're the one that says, hey, do you know, because we're opening up and we're launching in there very soon. And I'm looking for key people that I want to work with. And let me tell you what happened. You know, I spoke to one person and that one person got me in front of a person. That one man got me in front of another person over in New Zealand. That one person then went on and filled up a minivan full of people to bring them to an appointment. Brought them to the appointment. They all signed up. Then we went and signed up a whole bunch of more people. That man went on to be a bronze presidential. But guess what? So did the man above him here in Australia, the one that I went and said to, hey, do you know anybody in? And he said, no, yes, I do, but why? I presented to him. He got on the phone, spoke to the person over in New Zealand. I got on the phone to that person in New Zealand when I was in New Zealand and said, hey, come to a meeting. I've reserved you a seat. He came to the seat. I said I reserved a seat. There was 300 seats in this auditorium, but only 24 people showed up, right? So I didn't really need to reserve him a seat, but I absolutely reserved him a seat. But from that one man, over 120,000 points in volume came and 3 presidential directors, 2 bronze, 1 normal and a presidential director. Then we decided to launch, we relaunched Australia because we launched New Zealand. And this is what happens. There's a flow-on effect. And those people that are trying to find out, how do I get a reignition into my business in the country that I'm at? This is it right now. You see, there's a flow-on effect when people, your team, start to get excited about something. And they make a decision that I'm going to start to talk to someone about launching a country because your team want one thing and one thing only, and that is not to be left behind. But you as the leader, you as the individual, whether you've got one person in your team, being you, or you've got thousands in your team, you get to make the choice of leaving people behind. The best way to show a person that they're going to be left behind is through your activity, through your action, through you taking this excitement to the marketplace. Because let me tell you again, the thing that I said at the start, and it still remains true right now, people don't want to join something dull and boring. People want to join active. People want to join something with action. People want to join something with life and hope and vision and excitement and the wow factor. And in that, when you give them that, they will follow through. Then we went on and we relaunched Australia, and out of Australia, we ended up having another 1, 2, 3 presidentials grow because we relaunched Australia because of New Zealand. But then the next thing that happened, we decided one person here in this country said, you know what, I've got a couple of people in Germany. So he went and said, I wonder who I know in Germany. He went and launched Germany. And out of Germany came another 120, 200,000 points in that launch. You see, anything is possible when you allow your team and you allow yourself to start to make the choice that, hey, to ask the question that I am going to grab a hold of the excitement of a brand new opportunity of launching countries. Because when a country is launched, there is nothing like the foundation, but it is the hardest time. It's the time that's only for those people that are prepared to do the work. But those that are prepared to do the work and stake their claim and fight for their claim will be the ones that have the biggest return. I want to know, is that going to be you? Because then when we did it in Singapore, guess what? The same thing happened in Singapore, another 2 or 3 presidentials in Singapore. Now, we relaunched our team over in the US. Who do you know in the US? Well, I found someone in the US, Ty Tribble. Maybe you've heard of him. Great man. I love this guy. He's become one of my closest friends in all of the world. Now bronze presidential in the USA. All because we made a decision to ask a simple question. Who do you know that lives in? See, in my mind, there's something that happens when we look at a different country. We always believe and we always think that some other country is easier than the country that we're in. And even though that's not true, because every country has the same struggles, the same trials, the same problems. And after launching, I think 5 or 6 countries, I know this to be true. And I dare anybody to challenge me on it, is that everyone has the same struggles, but what happens is we believe that's easier over there. So guess what happens? We work like it is. Now, if you bring that same energy and that same excitement into the country that you're currently in, you'll start to see an even bigger and better result. 2022 is going to be an amazing year for you, my friend. A year of opportunity, a year of challenge, but a year where you get to see the strength of the character of who you are. A year where you get to show your team that they're meant for more. A year where you get to lead and turn around and see other people follow. A year where you get to walk across stage because you did something great. You reached a new leadership level. You helped others reach a new leadership level. You launched a country. You have a story to tell your children and your grandchildren of the great things that you did. You see, when you do this, you get to leave an impact. But don't get me wrong. I want you to make a lot of money. I want you to have a bank account when you look at it, you go, wow. But more than that, even more than that, that somebody achieved a dream because of you. This is a great company. We have great products. We have a great vision. The world is going to change because of Manatech. Stake your claim. Make it. Allow other people to see that you are a person that's worth following because you did what nobody else was prepared to do. I want to hear you, and I want to hear how many times you ask the question, who do you know that lives in? And watch the difference that happens. My life changed because of it. And I pray and I hope that your life will be enhanced far beyond your wildest dreams by you doing exactly the same thing. And I'll see you over there. Bye.
Wow, what an incredible guy. And it's no surprise that on the pre-launch, one of his team in New Zealand was the first to send in their application forms. So they're after it from Australia and New Zealand already, which is fantastic. Next up, we have Luciano. This is an incredible guy. All I can say is I've known him now for quite a few years. His integrity, his commitment to his team, the way he actually helps anyone is just phenomenal. And I feel really proud and honored that he's part of the team and I actually get to introduce him to you all. Get your pen out, make sure you've got some lead in your pencil, listen to this guy, take notes because He is an incredible leader. Luciano, it's over to you.
Thank you, Ian. Then I want to just share a few tips with you guys, and especially for the new people that are here this evening, for me this afternoon, coming to you from Sarasota, Florida. I just want to share a couple of things that I think might help your business, but I want you to make sure that you don't change anything or do anything without speaking to the upline that you're working with. The last thing I want to do is create confusion in anybody's organization. So take that to heart and make sure that if I say something that confuses you, just don't do it. You just go talk to your upline first. But I wanted to talk to you because I think as we're opening the 6 new countries, what an opportunity. And guys, what a business are we? What business are we? I mean, the excitement of being in a business that you can start from $20 or $50 and having the ability and the opportunity to be in so many different countries, helping people, developing people. But my favorite part of building this business, for those of you that don't know, is the fact that I got to travel to many different countries and went and tested the food and hang out with the people, and develop the friendships. And that's what it's all about. And like James said, we make a lot of money. We can make a lot of money. We help children, and those are all part of the excitement of being in this industry. And I've been in this industry now for 35 years. I started when I was 22, so it's been a while. And I remember when I started, if it wasn't for my upline, who I was working with, I probably wouldn't be here today. And that's what I want to talk to you about. When I'm sure there's new people here this evening, or people that have been here for a while, and we're in the business. Yes, we in the business of doing 2 things: speaking to people and looking for those that wants to build a business with us, and looking for those that wants to be they want to be customers. So I'm going to give you some tips that I think might help you. And the first tip is this: if you want to rank up, if you want to move in the different ranks of our conversation plan in 2022, become a good listener. That's number 1. Become a good listener. So that means for you to become a good listener, talk less. I know people that have been in the business for a while, and the only thing they do is they're the only ones talk. And they talk and they talk and they talk, and you're like, wow. And see, you can't be successful by yourself. So when you're starting new people and they're excited and they say to you, hey, listen, I just want to try the products before I do anything. Don't try to convince them. Don't try to convince them, to go do something else that they don't want to do. If they want to try the product, sell them the products, make them a customer. If they want to become an associate, well, don't tell them, hey, try the products first before you become an associate. Make them an associate. I've been in meetings with new people who they were talking to their friends and their relatives and their neighbors about Manatech, the opportunity, and the people were ready to get in, and the presenters, and they were still trying to talk to them about the science and trying to talk to them about the products and trying to talk to them about all these other things that had nothing to do with why we were there. So become a good listener. When you become a good listener, then you can hear the signals that they're giving you for you to either start them out as a customer or start them out as an associate. Because that's tip number 1. So let's talk about now. You got all these people. You have one side where you have some customers. You have another side where you have people who wants to build a business. So what I do is, and I'm speaking from my own personal experience. Like I said, make sure if that's not what you guys do, then continue to do the things that you do. But what I do is when I start new customers, I just I sell them the products, and if they want to sign up, some people don't want to sign up to have their own website. I have people in my own family, some of my siblings actually, and some cousins, they don't want to sign up to have a page or anything like that. So they say, hey, listen, we want products, but every time we want products, we want to get it from you. We'll call you. You always send it to our home. Fantastic. I'm not going to try to tell them, hey, you need to sign up and get a page. They don't want that. So I sell them the products. If they're new, I call them, I follow up, see if they have any questions, and then I might talk to them about one more product. So Now they know there's something else that they might be able to buy and use. That's on the customer side. On the associate side, when you sign up somebody, look, we're not in the business of just signing up somebody and getting them a business starter pack. That's not the business that we're in. I don't want to sign up somebody and then give them their pack and then go away and hoping that those people are going to build the business by themselves. That's what you call a lottery mentality, okay? And I can tell you guys, if that was the mentality that my upline had when I got started, I wouldn't be here because I was afraid of speaking to people, and I hated selling anything to people. You know, if you want to move and if you want to rank up in your business, when you sponsor somebody in your business, when you start a new associate with you in your business, that's just the beginning of your responsibility and the beginning of your job. Your next, and this is another tip for you, maybe tip number 2. The next thing that you want to do is, first of all, you want to know why they want to start a business. You want to know what are their goals, what are they looking for, why did they sign up with you? Because you see, if you don't know those things, you're not going to be able to help them. If you don't help them, they don't grow, you don't grow. I'm going to say that again, just in case you missed it. If you want to rank up, yes, you need, you and me, each one of us personally have to have our own goals, or we want to work on our own goals. So for everybody who are here, I don't care if you're brand new today, and I don't care if you haven't even signed up yet. If you are a business builder, if you are an associate, if you got in because you want to change your life, and you're not a presidential yet, everybody should be setting a goal to be presidential this year. Why am I saying that? Because it doesn't matter if you're starting today, by the end of this year, you could be a presidential if you want to. That's building a group of 40,000 PV in 3 different legs between now and the end of the year. That's a done deal for anybody that really wants to work their business. You know, if you see this as a business and you work it as a business, you can do it. Now, you know, there are people who, they don't talk to people. They sit at home and they look at their business and they try to manage their business, and they're not putting any new people in their businesses. And then they wonder why their business don't grow. Well, your business isn't going to grow if you're not sponsoring and nobody else in your group is sponsoring either. So if you want to change that, you need to go and begin to share the business with new people. Simple as that. You know, the good thing is the products that we have here at Manatech are so good that your organization will still hold up for a while. But that's only for a while. You're still going to have to go and build the business. So when you get new people started, just make sure that you're giving them some time to help them, to train them so they can become successful in their business. Because you see, my upline, when I got started, he gave me a day. He said, look, every Monday night, I'm going to come to your house and we're going to do this probably for 60 to 90 days. And then we're going to look at it. He said, I'm going to come to your home every Monday night. He says, I'm going to show the business presentation. The only thing that you have to do, just make sure you have some people. Now, here's the good thing. He didn't tell me to have 10 people. He didn't tell me to have 5 people. He didn't tell me to have 50 people. He just says, look, just make sure you have some people. So that was upon me to go out and talk to some of my friends, some of my neighbors, some of my relatives, to just make contact with people. And I would invite them over to my apartment, and this is at 22 years old. And I was living with my younger brother and another college university roommate. So 3 single young guys. And I remember there were people in and out of that place. It was, just Al and I were doing the meeting, but the other 2 dudes were not, they were not interested in doing the meeting. They were doing their own thing, But because Al set that example for me, that's what I do with the people that I start in my organization, Now, look, if you're starting somebody who's in network marketing, chances are they probably already have a lot of knowledge about the business. Like when I came to Manatech, I already had 15 years of prior experience in the industry. So I didn't need my upline to come and hold my hand and do meetings for me. That part I was already done. But I did need to learn about the products and the system and the science and all that stuff, which my upline here helped me with big time, So just make sure that I'm clarifying that, because I don't want you, if you've been in the business for 50 years, I know I'm exaggerating a little bit because we haven't been around for 50 years, but if you've been in the business for a while and you already gone through the training, look, it's upon you now to go find new people to do those training for them yourself, you know. But the way I look at it is, if you're going to grow your business, you need to go find some people that want to build a business with you. How do you do that? Just ask the question. Hey, listen, if I could show you a way, maybe in the next 12 to 24 months, how to maybe increase your income by a couple of €1,000, a couple of, 3, 4, 5,000 euros a month, would you be interested? A simple question, you know. I just came back from Boston and I took an Uber, and I was speaking to this guy, and we started talking. We started talking about him. That's another tip there. I didn't talk about me. We were talking about him. I was asking him where he was from, how long he had been here, did he come directly here or did he move from another? So I found out, he came from another country. He was living in Georgia. He moved here 6 years ago. And we talked about how long he's been an Uber driver, and does he like it? I said to him, I said, your business must have really taken a hit, with the pandemic and people not traveling before and all. So I was asking him all these questions, and at the end he says to me, "Can I give you my?" I didn't ask him. He says to me, "Can I give you my business card and my phone number, and maybe you can call me and we can chat a little bit more, because it sounds like what you're doing are very interesting." So here's tip number 3 or 4, whatever tip it was. Talk about them. Don't talk about you. Talk about them. Ask questions about them. Are they married? Do they have kids? Do they like what they're doing? Just go and talk and get them to tell you about themselves. Okay, they don't care about what we do and how, it doesn't matter, and that's not what I'm trying to do. But so when you're starting a new person, it's about them. You growing in your business and you moving forward in your business and you creating excitement in your business and ranking up in your business is not about you. It's about the people that are in your organization. So now, because Al was doing those things for me, and by the way, my upline, for those of you that haven't figured it out yet, was Al Ballard. So Al was driving to my house every single Monday for 2.5 months, because he wanted to show me and train me and set the example that I needed to see so I can go out and build the business on my own. That's the kind of industry and that's the kind of business that we have in our hands. And you know something, guys? James talked about it. The fact that this can change your life. Look, this is a life-changing business if you take it that way. I was talking about, hey, this is a global business. You can build it to a point where you can go live wherever you want to. Hey, listen, I lived in Orlando, Florida for a long time. And then last year I decided, you know what? I just want to get closer to the ocean. So I moved to the west coast of Florida. I live in Sarasota, not too far from the beach. And that's because of the options that this business has given me. And look, we're just getting started. It can do even more for you and your family. But you have to take it and treat it like a business. So to go back to how do you start a new person and what do you do with them? Well, don't just start them and give them and say, hey, listen, bye, go build the business, go talk to everybody you know. It doesn't work that way. Because first of all, if you were me and if I was in your group and you did that to me, I would have probably quit. Because I didn't know what to say. I was afraid. I was afraid of public speaking. I didn't want to talk to anybody. So if you had done that to me, I would have been gone. But Al decided that he says to me, he said, I will prove to you that this business will work. Guys, 90 days later, my business was the equivalent of a gold executive. Yeah, I said that right. 90 days later, my business was the equivalent in rank of a gold executive. And the reason I'm sharing this story with you is because I want you guys to know that your business, yes, will grow, but your business is going to grow because you're going to go help it grow. You're going to have to go train the people to help it grow. Look, before my career started in this industry, I went to school and I was working with my family in the supermarket. And guess what they do every single day? They open the door at 7 o'clock in the morning and close it at 7 o'clock at night. Guys, and then you sit there and you wait, hoping that people will come in to buy stuff. So when you look at traditional businesses and versus what we do, it's like not even close to that kind of energy that you have to put into a traditional business, But they have to do it every single day because they have millions of dollars invested in there. So from 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock at night, that store is open. See, some of us, what we need to do is we need to open our store and keep it open more than once a week or more than once a month. Okay, you need to keep your Manatech store open every single day, doing something that will help your business to grow. What is that something? Talking to people, sharing with people, either the products or the business opportunity. Those are the two things that's going to help your business grow. Sharing the products, sharing the business opportunity. You want to grow in your business and you're not growing? Take your eye off yourself. Get away from your thinking. Go find somebody that you can help them change their lives. Teach them, guide them. They will grow, you will grow. That's the equation. It is that simple. You can do it. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for the 6 countries that we're just getting started. So let's make it 2022 our best year yet. Thank you, Ian, and back to you.
Wow, absolutely amazing. I think, Luciano, that is probably the best teaching that I've heard for like a few years. It is just so accurate, and the nuts and the bolts is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to Chris now, who's going to summarize for us.
Thank you, Ian. You know, the training we got today from Luciano it's so succinct, to the point, tips there that you know, guys, all the things we should know, and we've been taught and that we should remember. But again, you know, when Luciano just brings it home, fantastic. And then James's message is global and timeless, and, you know, a seamless global business with the seamless message from James Hannon in Australia, which was powerful as well. But our calls are open. Our calls are really educational. And there's it's the basic fundamentals of the compensation plan, how it works, finer intricacies in the compensation plan, and tips and tweaks and things that, you know, we'll bring with Catherine, and how to understand Success Tracker and back office and all those kind of things. That's our goal. Our goal is here to support you guys. You know, we've opened these 6 new opportunities in Europe, and 2022 is going to be our European year. We've taken a while to get here, and it's exciting. And guys, let's make 2022 a great European year. And you've got our email and addresses, and we've got an incredible team sitting waiting to support you.
Hi, my name is Rod Gilchrist. I'm a Platinum Presidential from Australia. I had the privilege of joining Manatech when it first launched here in 1999, and since then have expanded my business both locally within Australia and overseas. My motto really from the time I began my business was to build locally but to go global. And I'm so excited to be sharing with you a little about the European expansion as Manatech continues to bring on new countries on board into its already existing 13-country reach within the European Union, including United Kingdom, and now adding in France, Italy, Greece, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Poland will take us to 19 countries within the European Union. And excitedly that these 6 new countries are part of our NFR program, not for resale program, which means that we can begin early in January, as you'll find out from other presenters, to begin to reach people with these amazing products in these other countries, and that for personal consumption, either as customers or associates. So it's a very exciting time. So I'd just like to give you a little bit of history of how I built my business to platinum, and hopefully some of this will inspire you to do the same in your businesses. And obviously we go about our daily business and we talk to people everywhere we go. And it's about there that I sort of really, I call it the bread and butter of my business. That's where I form personal relationships and commitments with the community around me. But I also learned very early about when you build locally, it's important to take a large percentage of your business globally. And, you know, back in the day before we had technology like we have today, where we can do it all online on the internet, we have e-commerce platforms at Manatech, and we have a whole range of amazing tools to assist us, including all of our Manatech promotional materials in the languages of these 6 countries that are now available. Back in those days, we didn't have any of that. So it was basically a lot of grunt work, a lot of driving, a lot of flying. And so when the first country that launched really from Australia or near Australia was New Zealand, I flew to New Zealand every month for a couple of years, did the same in Singapore. I lost count of how many times I went to New Zealand and introduced so many people to this great opportunity of Manatech and its incredible range of products, and still have a very significant business in the New Zealand area by traveling. Also, when we launched into Japan, I went to Japan and did likewise. I actually went to Korea 2005 when we launched there. I believe it was 2005. And I stayed for 8 weeks, and I took a whole team of people with me from Australia. We learned a little bit of Korean, 안녕히 하세요, and we flew there, and we did our best to build a large team within Korea as well. Also done 3 tours of South Africa, 2 tours of Europe, and many trips to and forth from America, Canada. So I've been well traveled. And of course, the world has changed. And, traveling isn't as easy, and borders and restrictions and whatever else in different countries are a little bit trickier. But I'm just so pleased that Manatech have taken the initiative to bring this European connection to us as associates globally. And by opening up this NFR program, it enables us to go global and to be able to build businesses into these countries and consumer bases. And I don't think there's been any time in the history of my 20+ year Manatech career that I think that these products have been more needed, more desired, and more wanted once people hear our story. And we tell our story so well, and we have such amazing resources and platforms that we can share literally with a click of a button with people internationally. And so to have these other 6 countries coming on board is brilliant. So let me give you an idea of where I would start and where I am going to start. Firstly, we all meet people locally of international origins. The one thing about our world is very multicultural, and everybody has relocated and moved, and and that's great, that we've all homogenized, we're all blending in together and getting on well. So, I know Greeks, and I know people who are from Poland, and I know people from France. I was in France just 2 years ago with my wife celebrating our 35th wedding anniversary. I have contacts of people that I kept while I was in France at some of the chateaus that we stayed at. I have their business cards, I have their details. So, I've got people that I can already contact in France, so I can begin to tell them about our incredible products and start to build some volume and to help some people over in that area. You may also know people that own Greek restaurants, or, Belgians, or, people that you're friends or friends. And, one of the greatest assets that we have I think in our Manatech opportunity is the power of leverage. And I love to talk about the power of leverage, and leverage is our best friend. And so, when we learn to leverage the efforts of others and the databases of others and the family and friends of others for their benefit as well, because they're obviously going to financially be rewarded and remunerated, but also for their health with our incredible products, we're going to build a substantial business ourselves. So by leveraging your local contacts who may have family or friends into these 6 new regions, or indeed any of those other 13 regions that are already available for us, then we can expand our global footprint in our business. And it's so wonderful to know that the company have taken care of all the hard work, that the people over in these 6 regions will be ordering US-based products. They will be, in some instances, labeled in their local language. All of their training materials and product information will be available and downloadable in Manatech for whatever they need, and for them to read that and have that information. So, Manatech have done all the hard work. They'll also handle shipping, customer service. All we need to do is get out there and spread the word, talk to people, get on the internet, phone people, however it is that you choose to do business. And I've got to say, it certainly beats getting on an airplane, which is what I've done more times than I can count. And it's also an incredibly expensive way to build a business. One that I would certainly recommend right now in the world in which we live, that you use all of the e-commerce, all of the tools that are available to you in our incredible Manatech package of tools that we can access into a global market. And so I just want to say, from being a Platinum Presidential, yes, it is good. I've been with the company for 22 years. I would never think of going anywhere else. We have the best products, the best opportunity, the best management team, and I believe the best potential. And in the world in which we live, I think we're really coming into our own in terms of our product range. Not that we were ever not good, we've always been brilliant, but we certainly live in uncertain times. And in these uncertain times, I think there are some things that we have to look at that are incredibly advantageous, and our product range being one of them. But secondly, that we have an opportunity to work from home. And how it is in Australia at the moment, I'm sure it's the same wherever people are, anywhere in the world, that a lot of us are either forced to work from home, mandated to work from home, or choose to work from home, or have had to work from home because of lockdowns. But now we've used to working from home. And so a lot of people are looking for home-based business opportunities and opportunities to build. And of course, this gives us that incredible opportunity to do that. So I want to encourage everybody that's hearing this, whether you're from Australia, New Zealand, from the Australasian region, or whether you're from somewhere else in the world, I just would like to say, jump on board, listen to the details. There's some great incentives being offered, and things have never been better for us with the opportunity that we have at Manatech. And I want to congratulate our management team for expanding this Manatech opportunity for us into these 6 new regions, which gives us the opportunity to go out there and continue to do the good that we have been doing. And I think that's the one thing that I love about Manatech. There's many things I love about it, but I love the fact that I take the products myself, and I love the products. I get the products to other people, and they love these products. I love the fact also that every time we purchase these products, we're helping a malnourished child somewhere in the world through our M5M movement. And there are children who would not otherwise be able to help themselves, being helped by our input as we help others. So I've always said that it's a feel-good business. I feel good taking these products. I feel good telling people about these products. I feel good about building this business opportunity, and I feel good about helping children through M5M. So let's feel good as we launch out into these 6 new regions into Europe, and I pray that you all have wonderful success, and I still believe the best is yet to come.
Oh, wow. I think, guys, you've had an opportunity to hear from the best tonight, and I don't think there's anything I could add or say to add any more value. There was so much information there, so many hints and tips, and, it's up to you guys now. We talk about a year of opportunity, and let me revert back to what we were saying at conference. It definitely is also a year of possibility. So we're putting up here the schedule for the next European call, if you would like to participate. Yes, the timelines aren't that, what do I want to say? They're not the happy hour, are they, for want of a better word? But we're hoping that we can still get recordings, and maybe we can still follow up with what we've been doing tonight, and come a bit later with a recording so that we can keep you all abreast with what's happening and the training that's going on, throughout the world, which is pretty amazing. So we did see some questions coming up earlier, and I know Liv's put here again the contact details. If you have any general information or event inquiries in Europe, please capture those to email addresses. And obviously we're here to help and support you as much as we can. So what a great night, my goodness gracious me. So we thought we'd have a bit of Aussie fun too, and we'd have some giveaways tonight just because we can. And we had some superfoods that we had stashed away. So we thought how nice it would be to give them away tonight to celebrate and thank you for, a bit of a surprise for joining us on the call tonight. So they're going to be for the first 5 people that join tonight's call. And obviously we run the report in the morning. So the first 5 that jumped on tonight will get 2 packs of superfood. And look, I am going to say they've got a short usage time, but why 2? Well, maximize the advantage, give them away, or 30 days you take them yourself. It's all about being generosity of spirit. Okay, so that's why we thought we would just do something a little bit special. So let me revert back. Who do you know? that was the key question tonight. And isn't it interesting how that can absolutely reverberate, bounce around the world by asking one person, who do you know? And, you know, we've learned tonight and been, I guess, brought into focus about the 6 new markets that have just been launched in Europe, and absolutely exciting. But, you know, we're in 32 markets around the world, and the same process, the same opportunity lies in any other country that, you know, your next door neighbor might have friends, relatives, cousins, who knows? Who do you know? Amazing. So look, thank you for joining us tonight. Really appreciate, we've had, well, as I say, the opportunity to listen from and learn from the best, and look forward to bringing you another Business Booster call in a couple of weeks' time. So thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, everyone.